So when it comes to white nationalist threat, especially when it comes to our law enforcement or military, and when it comes to uh, the question that I'm trying to get to is how can the civilian population, if we how can we better analyze and or assess uh, these threats for our own security if uh, if we feel that the some police officers are a part of these groups, like what's a step that we could take to help protect our community.
Well, one thing that citizens can do is if you see something, say something. All right, so all of us are on social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever, Twitter. If you see something, if you see a police officer in uniform flashing a 3%er tattoo on their Facebook page, or you see somebody, wearing a badge that's attending, some sort of, racist rally against immigrants, report that to the FBI, so that you could do it anonymously, through, just taking screenshots and sending it in anonymously, turn it into the media. Let them become aware that these people exist and what their names are, and call them out. Make them be held accountable. Citizens can organize, watch groups if you've got an extremist presence in your community, to work with the police and work with the media and work with national level civil rights organizations like the ADL and SPLC, to develop a strategy to counter message these extremists. To kind of put them on notice that you're aware of their activities, because when we sit in silence and let these groups do their recruiting and their radicalizing without bringing it to public light, it becomes an increasing danger that one of these people may resort to violence at some point.
So how does someone become radicalized, or what is from your perspective as a data analyst, what's the factors that causes someone to want to join these hateful groups?
Yeah, so there's all kinds of ways people radicalize. It could happen over, years. It could happen within, days or weeks. It's all based on the person's temperament, what life events are going on in their life. But anyone that's embraced extremism is already halfway towards violence, because the belief system provides you the justification for violence. It also gives you the targets of who you need to blame for your problems. And so what you're really lacking is the catalyst. What's going to cause you to go over the edge? And that's going to be based on a person's behavior, their temperament, and their life circumstances. So that's basically in a nutshell how radicalization works. People get gravitated to these extremist belief systems because they're searching for new truth to explain or answer a question in their life. Maybe they've been raised that way by their parents. Maybe they have a friend that introduced them to it. So there's any number of ways people come and get recruited and contacted. They could read something online. They could have been influenced by a book. So they get introduced to the extremism. They get indoctrinated over a period of time, and then they're basically sitting and waiting until something tragic happens in their life, and that may be enough to push them over the edge.
Were you also, well, since you've seen people get radicalized, there must be other groups or people that will help people get unradicalized, de-radicalized. Is that a thing, or is that a?
Well, for Muslim extremism, there's a lot of effort to put forth under countering violent extremism. There's grant money available for different communities and for mosques and people like that. They have a whole reporting system. People have been trained by the police on what to spot, which is suspicious. For right-wing extremism, we virtually have nothing here in America.
Oh man.
So there was one effort in 2016 when the Obama administration was transitioning out, where some grant money was given to the first of its kind, a group called Life After Hate.
Yeah.
And it's basically some neo-Nazi had reformed himself and wants to do outreach to pull others out of the neo-Nazi movement. And his $800,000 grant money got pulled by the Trump administration at the last minute.